Hello, my name is Dietmar Dörschlag, and I'm a certified Atlassian business consultant with Valiantys, and we are the leading global platinum solution partner focused on the Atlassian ecosystem. Thank you so much for joining me today. In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can use a CSV file import to create a great project plan and a template in your engagement project. Templates are really powerful. They allow you to rinse and repeat and to ensure that there's a consistent approach in how your work gets done. Project templates is what I'm going to demonstrate in this video. Project templates, once created, also allow you to save a lot of time because you don't have to spin up all the individual pieces in that project plan again and again. You can simply import a project plan into your Jira project via a CSV file import and then manage your work going forward. So it's a big time saver. What I'm going to cover in this video specifically are the intricacies about the CSV file import, as it is a little bit difficult to make sure you get it right, specifically around the supported file format, what fields you have to have in the CSV source file, how the fields need to be mapped in the CSV file import process, and also talk about some gotchas and especially the awesome ability to use gerund parent-child mapping to not only create epics but also tie stories or tasks and even subtasks to those epics. So with that, let's jump into the application and see how this works. Before we jump in the application, there are actually two helpful links I wanted to point out. On the screen, you have the URLs. Atlassian is really great with providing a comprehensive documentation. So there is a great document on Atlassian support that provides information on the CSV import parent-child mapping logic, and then also information with respect to all the intricacies related to importing a CSV file into Jira. So what I'm going to cover in this video are really the importing of a project plan for a ITSM initiative, ITSM project, from a CSV file into a Jira project. A Jira project is where you would manage all your work, where the team gets the work done, and what I'm demonstrating is how you can import that data from a CSV file into Jira. So the nice thing about the CSV import is that you can actually create multiple issue hierarchies, different types of issue hierarchies in that CSV import. So at the top snapshot here, we have an example where I'm going to import an epic. And that epic, for example, is any tasks that relate to completing request management in an ITSM implementation project. And in that epic, there are several tasks. There are many tasks that will be mapped up to that epic. So we're going to demonstrate in this video how you would import from one CSV file, one epic, and then multiple tasks that are then mapped up to that epic. What, however, the CSV file import also allows you is 3 levels of issue hierarchy. So you can not only import an epic and map one task to that epic, but you could also import subtasks that are mapped to a task, and the task is mapped to an epic. So in this second example here, I have one epic, I have 2 tasks, and those 2 tasks are further broken down into subtasks. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate 2-level issue hierarchy CSV importing, and I'm just going to show you the results of data that is imported if you apply a 3-level issue hierarchy importing. So with that, let's jump in. Now, before we start the import process, it's important to really look at the CSV file structure because that's really important. So this is obviously a CSV file, and in that CSV file, you always have one header row, and the header row is it contains the important data points that you will then map in Jira. So specifically, in this example, we need an issue ID, we need a parent ID, an issue type. We could include a project key, because from one CSV file you could map to different projects, import issues into different projects, which I'm not going to do, but I just wanted to mention that certainly you could identify a project key and then import issues to different projects. You need a summary field, you need a description, and you need a status. So in this particular CSV file, I have one epic called request management, and then I have many tasks, 38 tasks, that will all be mapped up to that epic. So this is the structure of the CSV file. Very important. You have to have one row, one header row that identifies the pertinent data points that you're going to map in the CSV file import. Now moving into Jira, I am demonstrating this with a Jira work management project. And in that Jira work management project, I already imported one epic. Epic is in this case for any tasks related to implementing change management. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to import the CSV file that I just showed you, which relates to request management, walk you through the steps, and then we'll see how the data comes in. So to do that, I need to go to settings, and obviously I need to be a Jira or GSM product administrator. A project admin cannot do that. So I'm navigating from settings to system, and then down here there is external system import. Now here's a really important gotcha. What I'm going to demonstrate will only work if you still use the old import experience. The data mapping in, if you just come down here to CSV and you don't use the old experience, does not really work the way we need to do it. Specifically, you need to use the old experience that allows you to map to a particular project and to also get the parent linking correct. So it's important that you use the old experience. Hopefully Atlassian will not deprecate this and or will fix the new experience by adding some features that they apparently took away. So I'm clicking into switch old experience. And now I'm grabbing a CSV file. I'm choosing a source file, and in this particular demonstration, I'm using the source file, which is a CSV file. It's a comma separated value file that I showed you earlier, which is the request management file. So I'm loading that file in, and here are various formats of encoding. I leave it at the default UTF-8. CSV delimiter is obviously a comma. I'm clicking on next. And now here I am now, because I use the old method, I am allowed to import that CSV to a particular project. And I'm going to find my project where I wanted to import it. I'm not importing any users, so I can leave this email suffix on the user as blank. The date format is okay for me. I'm clicking next. And now we come to this really important screen where I'm mapping the fields. So I'm mapping the CSV fields to the applicable Jira field. So the description field is obviously going to be mapped to the description field. The issue ID is mapped to the issue ID. The issue type is obviously mapped to the issue type. The parent ID, and this is where it gets tricky, so you need to make sure that it is mapped to the parent field, not to the parent link field, and also not to the epic or epic link field. It has to be the parent field. I tested various paths here. You need to make sure that it is mapped to the parent field, even though the latest versions of Jira Cloud call the field parent link. Don't use the parent link field. You need to map it to the parent field. project ID, I'm not going map now because this is all going to the project that I already selected. Status, we're going to map this obviously to field status, and summary is going to be mapped to summary. Now I should be good to go here. I click next. And now I am all good. So it just tells me that the status that I mapped will be mapped to the target Jira status. Done. Actually, to do, not done, because these are new open issues that are coming in. And now I'm beginning the import. So the import is going to run. I'm only importing some 40 issues. This should go pretty quickly. Shows you a progress bar. Go through the various checks. If this is a massive data import file, then obviously this will take longer, but this is only going to run about 15-20 seconds now. We're almost done. And now the data imported. Now, how do I see the data? Now I'm going to navigate to my project where the data was imported. Now I click on list, and here I have my epic issue key SSM37. So it did obviously pick the next available issue key in that particular project, which is SSM37, and it created the epic request management. Now under that request management, I now have all the tasks from the CSV file. So the epic is request management, and the first task is current state analysis, which is task line 2 in my CSV file. So it works exactly the way we intended it. What I demonstrated or mentioned earlier in the slide deck here is that the import file could also include 3 levels of hierarchy. It will also allow you to map from epic down to task and then down to subtask. In which case, if I had subtasks also created or included in that CSV file, the subtasks would now simply be shown mapped up to the task. So it works exactly as we had envisioned this. Again, this is really a great way to templatize the way your team works and spins up, in my example, a project plan. You create the project plan in, for example, a Confluence table. You export that Confluence table to a CSV file, or you create all the tasks in an Excel file, and then you save that Excel file as a CSV file. And you then import it the way I just demonstrated. So this is really great. The gotchas here in this demonstration is you need to really make sure that you have the column headings correct. You need to make sure that you have the correct data points mapped to the correct Jira field. Make sure if you introduce the issue hierarchy that you use the old import methodology, which allows you to map to the parent field. And you can also need to make sure that you are mapping to the correct project. Thank you very much for joining me. Hope you found this information helpful. If you have any questions, please contact us. You can always reach us on our YouTube channel or contact me directly, dietmar@valiantys.com. Thank you so much. Have a great day.